Well, hello everybody. So in this video we are going to take a look at another camcorder that Zachary sent to me. So this one is a VHS-C camcorder, Panasonic. And well, this one it no longer powers on. So it's basically dead. But we're going to open this camcorder in this video. And well, he also sent me another VHS-C camcorder, Panasonic. It's this one here. You can see it's a little smaller, but it's run from the same time. And this one is SVHS-C. I've tested this one, and it seems to be fully working. So I've recorded and played the VHS-C tapes with this one, and it did work. He did not send me the power supply for those, but yeah, I don't think he had one to make them work. But I found one in my stuff. Well, you might remember in my video a JVC VHS-C camcorder from the 90s. The model number was GR-AX33. And that VHS-C camcorder, well, it was not working. The video was not working, so I got rid of this camcorder. I brought it to the recycling center, but I kept the power supply to that JVC, and it works. It fits just fine with this Panasonic, so that's a good thing. And it also fits on this one. So I tried to turn this one on, and it does not power on. It's dead. And I was planning to review this one before that one, because that one is working. But well, I decided to do this one first, because just now I noticed that there is a VHS-C tape inside of it. It's stuck inside, so we're going to try to get that one out and to play it, because I would like to see what's on it. There might not be a lot of stuff, but we will find out. And we will also be able to see the mechanism in this camcorder. Not in action, of course, but we will see what's inside of this one. So it's always going to be interesting. So here you have the AV outputs. And you can still compare it with the other one. S-video out is there. And this one also has the same kind of AV outputs. So let me open this little cover. This one's hi-fi stereo, so you see there is the red plug too. And well, you can already see the difference in size between these two camcorders. And the two camcorders have a viewfinder. This one probably has used to have something like that, but it's missing here. And the other one, manufactured March 1992. So this camcorder is basically 27 years old. And the other one, let me flip it so you can see it correctly. It says manufactured August 1992. So you can see that these two camcorders are from the same time period. So this one is bigger, so it might be it's not SVHS, but it might have a better, like a more sophisticated camera, the camera part, because you see this one is much bigger than the other one. This one is SVHS, and this one is not. And this one, the name is OmniMovie. So the very early Panasonic VHS camcorders, they had the name OmniMovie, and apparently some of them VHS-C. Some of their early VHS-C camcorders, like this one, have the name OmniMovie too. And this one has the later name that Panasonic gave to them the camcorders. The name is camcorder. So this name might be familiar to you. I think all VHS-C camcorders by Panasonic have the name camcorder, except a few ones that are OmniMovie, but they're more recent one. And also the mini DV camcorders that Panasonic made. Some of them are camcorder, but I think pretty much all of them from the mid-90s to the early 2000s are camcorders. But I'm not quite certain about it. I don't know if they kept the name OmniMovie for some of the later models, later than 1992. But this one is quite sophisticated too. There's a lot of buttons there, and it's pretty high-end. Now I have plugged the power supply to a JVC camcorder on this Panasonic, and there is power in it. So you see a JVC power supply. You could charge the battery there, and here if you wanted to plug the camcorder using the power supply, the DC adapter, you put it there at the location where the battery goes, and now it's there, and it does not turn on. You see, completely dead. And if you want to eject the tape, eject button is at a very strange place. It's on the viewfinder. I've never seen that. I don't know why they put it there. It would have made more sense if it was like in this location, this area. But it does not power on, so all we can do is just take it apart and explore take a look at the mechanism and find out what is on this tape. So it's kind of too bad that it's not working, because it seems to be a very nice camcorder. So I'll show you, this fits on the other one too. You will simply put that here. It goes the other way, like that. Why did this open? It's not supposed to. So right now it's inserted correctly, and as you can see, it opens. So I don't know why. I do not know why the tape door opened when I did not press eject. Might be some little defect in there. You see, this should not happen. This really shouldn't happen. But it does turn on. And it's not on right now. We will I'll just show you that it works. Put it on camera mode. And there you have a black and white viewfinder. So in 1992 you mostly did not have a color viewfinder or LCD screens. So they were not common. So 1992 LCD screens were not very popular. They were pretty rare on these machines. So here's what LCD screens looked like on the late 80s and early 90s units. So there's this video Walkman from 1988. It has a very early type of LCD screen, and those were not really reliable, but at least they existed, so that was quite nice. But this was very fancy video Walkman in 1988. But I don't think any camcorders had that. They were like these video Walkmans. They were very expensive. They were like at least $1,500. So they were not affordable for everyone. So that's why they are that rare, and they were not very popular. Mostly because of that price. Most people only had a basic VHS VCR. Okay, so now we will open this camcorder. So first, let me show you these buttons here. Just notice time lapse, so you could do a time lapse with this camcorder, which is pretty cool. Must have been pretty high end, even though it's not SVHS. Must have been a pretty high end camcorder in 1992. Well, now I have removed this little cover and screwed the screws that were here and here, and I have already lost one of the screws. The one that was here, it fell through the hole, and it fell in the mechanism. And you can see here's the VHS-C tape. So the screw fell into the hole and it fell into the mechanism. So this should not happen. This is a very, very bad design. The screw should not fall in the hole where it is placed. And the other one, when it did not fall in this. So that's a very, very bad design. So the VHS-C tape is there, and I don't know how much time it's been there for. So it might have been there for quite a lot of years. So Zachary told me that he got this camcorder many years ago, and he told me that it was working when he got it. and then it developed the issues, and it ended up like completely dead after a while. So we will try to safely remove this tape and find out what is on it. So we will play it in a VCR using the adapter, or we can also play it in the camcorder. Well, this camera really sucks to take apart. There is really a lot of things to remove, and see the screw down there. I think you have to unscrew it so that you can remove the tape mechanism from there. And how am I supposed to remove that screw with this screwdriver here? So you know, when you don't have a good technician tools, you cannot do miracles to take stuff apart. So since I don't have the right tools, I don't have like a very small screwdriver that can fit in there. This one's too big. I do not have the right tools to take this apart. So I probably won't be able to take this apart without breaking stuff and also reassemble it. So I'm probably not going to reassemble it. I just would like to show you the inside and take the tape off. But this will end up in the recycling center. And here's the camera part. It was placed there, and I could unscrew it. And here we have a little motor with a belt. So this is probably for the zoom. And it's pretty strange that in the camera part you have a motor with a belt. So I'll try to figure out how I can remove this, but if I can't, well, I'm just going to use my Dremel tool and cut stuff there. So I think there is no way I can take apart this camcorder without breaking stuff with the tools I have. So mostly because this screwdriver does not fit. So if I had the right screwdriver, I might have one, but this camcorder is already dead. So I just want to be able to see the top of the mechanism and remove the tape. That's all I want. If I really cared about it, I will try to find the right tools to open it. But you know, my screwdriver seems that it cannot fit in there, and I think there's also another screw somewhere. There, I think you have to remove this one. There is no way I can access this one with the tools I have right now. So I'm just going to do what I can, and I might have to break the casing to cut the casing with a Dremel tool. But I'll just show you after what I've done. Oh, it seems that it comes off, but it's still attached there. So we have a major problem while taking this apart. Everything that holds the parts are inaccessible to me. So I just have to, I'll just break it off, and I will just pull all the parts off of there. So I'll go in the other room because they might have there might be parts that just fly off. So we will just try to pull off that part here. So right now the point is not to do a destruction video, but it's just to access that tape with the tools I have, which it seems that I can't right now. There, we broke it, but at least we are coming close to accessing the tape. And right now we are breaking the casing. Reclose. So right now I just literally destroyed the plastic casing of the camcorder with a hammer, so I can access this. So we finally have the mechanism here, and we can see that the tape is wrapped around the drum. So yeah, I did not want to destroy stuff, but I did what I had to do with the tools I have. And I tried not to hit the tape. I hit close to it, but I did not break it, thankfully. And there we can see the Capstan Motor just here. And pretty hard to see, but is this a toothed belt or a rubber belt? It seems to be a rubber belt on the Capstan Motor here, so this is very strange. I thought all of these VHS-C camcorders will use a nylon toothed belt. There we have wires that have been broken off. So this really is a pain to take apart this camcorder. I've never seen that. So the Fuji end camcorder was easier to take apart than this. So I'll have to just throw all the parts in the recycling center box. And there we have the loading motor, and it's placed in a way that is not common for VHS-C camcorders. So it's driving a worm gear, which is behind the plastic part here, and there we can see a gear here, a plastic gear. So this is a very small motor, and usually it's placed vertically here. On most VHS-C high 8 and mini DV camcorders, you have the motor placed vertically on the rear left side of the mechanism. And we will find out if there are screws that we can remove to just lift off the whole cassette carriage and access the tape. The tape is still completely wrapped around the drum. So there's quite a huge difference between taking apart a camcorder than a full-size VCR. Much harder, and you can see the tape is not accessible. So we might even have to cut stuff. And here is the bottom set of the camcorder, the mechanism. And there you can see the Capstan motor, and I removed that circuit board here. So the Capstan motor is here, and it's driving a rubber belt, which is a very... I did not know there were VHS-C camcorders that use rubber belts. So I don't know if the tape is turning right now. It seems to be blocked. That's pretty weird. I wish there was a way to see the bottom side of this mechanism like this in action. And the chassis is made of die-cast and aluminum. Just like the K and G decks from Panasonic. So this material that looks like this, it's easily recognizable. The Capstan motor is small. There we have ring metal gears around the drum. So we sometimes have that on very old VHS VCRs. Like a Fisher VCR that I have, and a JVC and a Toshiba. We have like a double tape guide there. That's pretty special to see. And you can see here there is a distance between like the drum and the head for the tape, and you can see where the tape is passing. It's like less than a millimeter from the drum here. So the part that goes from the, like, it exits the drum and it goes to the audio head there, and that piece of tape, it just at less than a millimeter from the surface of the drum. So that's a very strange construction, and there exists a lot of different VHS-C camcorders mechanisms too. So I don't know if the other Panasonic camcorder uses the same mechanism. I can't really tell at the moment. Well, right now I've got a little 9-volt battery, and we're going to try to run the loading motor and see if it will unload the tape. So I don't know if it's gonna work. So this battery has a 8-volt in it, so it should work. Well, I'll try with a different battery. So here we have another battery. It might be dead too, I don't know. Oh, it does work. Awesome. So the other battery might have been dead. And there we have unloaded the tape. And we will turn this so we can rewind the tape back in the cassette so it doesn't get chewed. Is it all the way rewinded now? Yeah, the tape, it's out. And it has not been damaged. Or at least, yeah, it has been removed. So this wasn't easy, but we got it. And I believe this is the same mechanism as the other one. It's also made of die-cast, and I noticed that gear, but I'm not quite certain. And yeah, the terminals of the motor, they are inaccessible. It sounds similar to the other camcorder, so I believe it's the same mechanism. We'll do it there. Hold on, this isn't easy because it's small. Pretty cool. Now we will just throw all this away in the recycling center box, and we will play this tape. So now with the Samsung VCR here, we're going to play the tape and the VHS-C adapter. So we find out what's on it. It's plugged to the CRT TV right now. And these three VCRs and the DVD player, the dual disc DVD player, I'm going to get rid of those because, well, these machines don't have anything special. So you know, I'm going to I was not using them very often, so there isn't really a reason to keep them because, well, they have nothing special. And we will rewind it. So it must be near the beginning now. Oh, there was a piece of tape that passed, and it seems that it was broken. And I saw the tape counter stopped at one point. Oh, it has a hard time doing the tracking. The tape seems to be a little damaged. As you can see, it's having a very hard time doing the tracking. But this is I don't think this was actually filmed in 1992. So I believe this was Zachary filmed this with the oh, there's a piece of damaged tape that passes there. But I believe Zach filmed this with the other Panasonic VHS-C camcorder, or with this one actually. Yeah, he filmed this with this one because I think I believe this one, the other camcorder that we see there, I think is the other one that he sent to me. So he probably filmed this with the camcorder that I just took apart a few years ago. So I don't know when this was. It's certainly not 1992. This was the default date that was on it. But yeah, the tape was a little damaged. The VCR had a hard time doing the tracking, and well, we can hear it passing on the drum, and it was damaged. But this is probably 10 years ago or so. I don't know. So there's nothing very special on this tape. So right here you can see he was trying the effects. It's hard to tell. I don't know if this is the other camcorder that he sent me. Might be another one. Yeah, I think it's another one. It doesn't look the same. But I think this is his room. And yeah, that's him. He was just testing the camcorder. Oh, so the other camcorder that we saw, you can see here. So the camcorder that I just used, here is right next to another Panasonic OmniMovie camcorder, and this seems to be a VHS camcorder. Oh, let's rewind a little bit. So there we can see a Panasonic OmniMovie VHS camcorder, I believe. So it was just at the beginning of the video. It seems that the picture was bad. Now it seems to be working. So now the tracking is working well. And there's a sound in the... There's a buzzing sound in the video. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know what it was due to. Maybe he filmed this with a different camcorder which had like bad capacitors. Or that was a little broken. So there's nothing special on there. He was just using the camcorder and filming his room. So it seems to be pretty much all that was on this tape. So this part is blank, there is nothing. So I think that's pretty much all that was on this tape. So nothing that interesting, just him filming his room. And I think he used different camcorders. And here there is a piece of tape that is quite badly damaged. So I guess this was damaged by a VCR that has a bad pinch rotor. But it seems that there's nothing else. So that's pretty much it for this video. And I'll see you for the review of the other Panasonic camcorder here. This Panasonic camcorder